Hey everyone, it's me, Stagger. So, last time we actually made a portal to the nether. I gotta turn this on. There we go. And I need a drink of water. I actually do have an interesting story today. Alright, excuse me. Anyway, I do actually have an interesting story today. I don't remember every bit of detail, but I do remember quite a bit. So basically, as most people already know if they've been watching the series as a whole, they know that I do speak Spanish a little bit. Not fluently, not a whole lot, but I do actually know a bit of Spanish. So basically, I was in a restaurant. I was in an ice cream parlor, more or less, and there are these two girls, and they were speaking Spanish to each other. There was a whole bunch of there was like three children in there. There's three children around them, and I'm just thinking, what are they saying? Because they're speaking like really fast, and I'm kind of an eavesdropper. It's something that one of those few skills that I've actually carried on from my days at school. I like to. I pretty much eavesdrop so I can get some dirt on some people and basically use that to my advantage and whatnot. um, I may also need some torches here. Torch. Oh, there we go. I'll just take this much. Anyway, yeah, I'm an eavesdropper. I've actually taken. Oh gosh darn it, there's dog barking. Anyway, I'm an eavesdropper, and I taken that from school. So I'm actually trying to listen and hear what these girls are saying, and from what was kind of interesting is that none of the children actually knew Spanish. Well, it seemed like that because there was like this one little kid who was speaking English fluently, running around in the little parlor, just having a good time. And then there's two others. They didn't really. They seemed like they were too young to even be speaking. All right, let's go in. They seem to be a bit too young to even be speaking, but I don't know what lies. This is exciting. But regardless, I'm listening to these guys, and whoa, there's a lot of obsidian here. Yes, another ice block and a birch sapling. Anyway, ooh, two mushrooms. Come on. Okay. Oh, oops. There's even another nether portal. Another nether portal. Another nether portal. I think this is actually the nether portal I'm supposed to enter into, but because I was so deep down, it kind of no. There's definitely two nether portals. So what I can do, I don't have a bucket of lava with me, so something I can do is I have to wait for a gas, but I can't really do that right now. So, but right now, what's more important is that I better get out of here. I have very valuable loot, and I don't want to lose it. Anyway, so yeah, this girl. So yeah, I was listening on this, and so yeah, the little kid that runs around and whatnot seems to be the only one that's able to speak. The other two are kind of were just like really silent. And so yeah, I heard these two girls just speaking Spanish to each other, which made me, and they're speaking really fast. They're very fluent. So I couldn't really understand everything that they were saying, but the fact that they're kind of doing this, and they're both native English speakers. They're both native English speakers as well. I should have probably mentioned that a little bit earlier, but essentially, me go ahead and do this and that. Actually, no. Now the problem is I don't have a bucket. I did not think that through. I might just need to hack it in. I'm sorry. I kind of have to. I'm sorry. I really have to. So yeah. So basically, this made me think: Are they doing grown-up talk here? Are they doing grown-up talk? And I was listening in deeply. I was really determined to hear if they are actually making some grown-up talk. And unfortunately, I failed in that regards. But that did make me think, like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe one of them is not a native English speaker, and one of the children actually does speak Spanish. Or one of the children that was really quiet actually does speak Spanish. What if it was the case of basically, like, one of them is listening in, honing in to whatever the adults are saying. And they're going to be taking all of that, and then basically they're going to be taking all of that and trying to interpret that into basically whatever. I don't really know the proper way of saying it, but essentially, yeah, they're going to be basically, like, they're going to interpret all that grown-up talk into whatever the person is saying. So I'm sorry, it just had to be done. Anyway. Oh wait, that's right, I should probably save. So yeah, they're pretty much. And this kind of reminded me of this one time when something similar happened. There are these two guys that were kind of fixing up some lights in a store. And they were, like, being really, really loud. They're speaking Spanish, and they were being very... And from what I've heard, they were very, very rude. Like, they were calling women pigs and basically talking about stuff that isn't safe for work. And I was like, that's not cool at all. That's not cool at all. And I was actually going to go up and talk to them. But then I saw this one other lady, and she decided to go up and talk to them. And she was outraged, and I don't blame her either. You know what? I'm going to be going ahead and remove this chest in exchange for the bucket. So and then watch as the mob just flat out attacks me from behind. That would be awful. So the problem is I need mycelium in order to create the giant mushroom. Back then you could do it, but now it's impossible without mycelium. Anyway, so basically, yeah, this This woman was very furious, and I don't blame her. Blame her, especially since she had her son shopping with her, and you know, I actually walked up and joined with her because I can understand a few words that they're saying too. So I was irritated because, you know, it's a family store. It's a family store, so and I was even tempted to talk to their supervisor, but the thing was, I saw their supervisor and they honestly did not. That person honestly did not even care. Like, they just let them say whatever the heck they wanted, and that bothered me quite a bit. So of course I would be very angry, just like the mother was. So what I decided to do was actually talk to the store manager and about the whole situation. The lady backed me up too, and we actually did get them to leave because they're being very rude. They just weren't, you know, practicing good proper work conversations. And then, but the manager was, of course, not very happy either because, you know, they got to get those lights done. So, and there's a lot to go through. But of course, you know, the thing is, like, you know, they gotta be loyal to their customers, and they gotta be pretty much loyal to their customers. So they had to, you know, get rid of those guys and then hire people that will do their job without being so loud and obnoxious and talking about, you know, stuff that's not really safe for work and racist comments and whatnot. There was some racist comments. I can't remember. I won't say them, but yeah, there was. Yeah, these guys were just terrible people. So, oh, I forgot about that. Anyway, yeah, these guys are just terrible people. And, you know, with the women that were speaking in the ice cream parlor, they probably weren't speaking anything too bad. It was probably just like some real grown-up talk and whatnot. I was actually tempted to, you know, just come up to them. It's like, tengo una pregunta. Habla en español para tus niños o then that was the thing that stopped me because I did not know. I couldn't remember because I couldn't really think like how else I can bring it up. I mean, like I you know, I'm being rude by just eavesdropping in their conversation to begin with, and to say that, you know, to ask them, you know, are they speaking Spanish because of grown-up talk, or is it because of something else that I probably shouldn't be sticking my nose into? So, you know, obviously that, you know, just saying stupid stuff like that is a really bad idea, especially in front of two mothers inside a public place like an ice cream parlor. And yeah, it wasn't really the safest idea to, you know, go towards. So yeah. All right, so now I can actually officially move the farm. Basically, I will actually be chopping down some more trees, so this way, and since I do have birch, I can actually get logs a lot easier because even though you can get more trees by using oak. Actually, the biggest one would be spruce, because those things grow really tall. But the catch is, though, is that they have to be 2 spaces apart in order for a spruce or oak to grow. Oak trees, you can actually grow them right next to each other, so you are able to get more logs. But this is actually a lot cleaner, and I'm able to get more by just doing that. So yeah, that will be something I'm gonna see if I can do real fast. So depositing my first stack for a grass block. So yeah. Yeah, I will be needing to play around in the nether a little bit as well, so that way I can get some proper utensils for some stuff. That was a very generic statement there. But yeah, I gotta do a little bit more strategizing, because this farm is pretty crowded, as you can kind of see. This is just from one freaking source block, for goodness sake. So yeah, I'm gonna have to strategize. I'm gonna see if I can probably branch it out, make it look a lot nicer. Probably even place it like right here or something, and then I can move this. I can move this tree to probably some kind of tree farm. So I can move these trees to make some kind of tree farm, which would be nice, because now I have a clear way of viewing the sky, and also I have 4 things of dirt. But good news is that sugarcane grows faster on sand, so we'll be using that more in order to grow sugarcane. The only thing that's missing are lily pads, but that's all right. We have slabs. We have slabs, so it's all good. I might have accidentally pressed F1, which would have triggered the basically the autopilot braking thing. Anyway, yeah, the island's going to be awesome now, and I'm excited to start building. Actually, I will be expanding the nether a little bit later. For now, I think what I'm gonna be doing. What the hell? Oh, wow! I was not aware of that. Apparently, a crafting bench can get on fire. You know what? I have the god pickaxe. So, I guess I really don't need that. I guess I really don't need this crafting table to be over here. I could just replace it with a cobblestone slab, or cobblestone. But you know, if I do lose this is my only god pickaxe, so this is my only god pickaxe, so as soon as I lose that, I will have to go back to breaking it with stone, which is very unfortunate. And like I said before, I'm only using this to break cobble for this machine. No more, no less, I promise. That does remind me, I do need to do that. There we go. So, a little bit of test here. Make sure everything's still functioning correctly. Yep, okay, cool beans. Cool beans. Alright, so I guess right now what I'm going to be doing is actually moving a little bit of this farm here. I really hate breaking it when it's still growing, but unfortunately that will be something that I will be having to do. That would also mean I have to break these stalks as well. But I guess it doesn't fully matter since I can get more seeds as well. But then I have to wait for this thing to grow again, and that's super annoying. Alright, well, no big deal. What I'll just do is move the carrots and the other thing. I'll make seeds for these two stocks, and then once once the new ones grow, I'll go ahead and move these as well. So go ahead and move the farm. Alright, so now oh wait, I should probably still keep that as a transparent block because these two are still growing. Alright, so now let's actually get my shovel. Now I think about it. It's almost broken. Oh, I can make a new one later, but yeah. So, yeah, that was unfortunately the only story I had right now, but so yeah, basically the moral of that story that I told you is that, make sure that, if you're planning on, no one, pretty much nowadays with everyone basically having internet and whatnot, a language barrier is pretty much non-existent now. So, language barrier is pretty much non-existent. There might not be, people that will always speak English or Spanish or whatever language that isn't native in your area, but there will be some people that will understand or actually speak your language by default. So basically, if there's an area where there's a whole bunch of children, or children can roam, basically if it's a family-friendly area or whatever, don't be that one person that, thinks that, oh yeah, since everyone speaks English in this country, I can speak English. I can speak a different language and talk about not safe for work stuff. Yeah, bro. That's like super cool. No. There will be someone that does know your language, and you can lose a lot of stuff. With that incident at the store, since they're not really employed, since the basically since the manager isn't really their manager, I guess you can kind of say, he had no power in terms of what he can do to them. He could just ask them to leave. Leave, your services are no longer required, and basically something like that, on the lines of that. And then if he was a manager, if he was their manager, then they would have been fired on the spot. And I've actually seen this a couple of times in my own workplace too. I won't be saying any names because I'm not that kind of person, but I have seen it quite a bit where basically people just think, oh yeah, since everyone speaks English here, I'm okay with speaking my own language and no one's going to understand a word I'm saying, so I am perfectly safe. So I am perfectly safe in terms of what I can say. The exact opposite is true. The exact opposite is true. It's pretty much all I can really say. No one is safe in the world where anyone can just look up, how do I speak English, or how do I speak Spanish, or basically, how can I speak Spanish, or Um, how can I... Yeah, you're just not safe anymore, okay? The world of language is a beautiful thing. If you want to mess with it, I wouldn't recommend messing with the beauty that is, knowing another language, or really just mess with like butchering language in general. Like, I understand there are some people that don't really care or can't really speak certain language all too well. I understand that, but just don't take advantage of another person's ignorance, because there could be someone who isn't, and then next thing you know, you're pretty much homeless. You don't have a job. Everyone is against you. There's even media pages about you, saying, "Oh dear, this person was caught swearing in a public place, talking about how awful women are or whatever." Those people should not exist. Like, you just shouldn't do that in general. It's not right. It's not fair to you, the people around you, etc., etc., etc. You just shouldn't do that. There's no other way I can properly say that. Just don't. Do yourself a favor. Do your family a favor. Do your finances a freaking favor. If money is all you care about, and just don't make yourself be that fool that loses everything all because they think that they're safe in a language barrier. I'm not going to be able to see this, so the stream doesn't really necessarily matter. I will be able to hear it, which will get annoying every now and then, but I will live with it. So, I mean, another thing is too, like, I will admit that, I'm not saying that, you shouldn't be cussing or, be doing that in your own downtime. Your downtime is your downtime. I can't really stop you from doing that. And I will admit, I did actually slip in terms of swearing in a video. In fact, in one of these videos. And, I will admit fault to that. But it's like it's just one of those cases where you can't really. But in a place where. But that's not the point. The point is, you shouldn't take advantage of a language barrier, so that way you can speak whatever you. So that way you can say whatever you want to say in a public place. In privacy, you can say whatever you want. In a place where pretty much you see like children and basically a lot of others like playing around and whatnot. That's where you probably should be careful in terms of what you say. These guys just didn't really care. To put it, well, that's the only way I can put it. Ah, man, I need one more dirt. I know I can get one dirt from the grass block, but I feel like I need to save them too. Alright, here's what I will do instead. Ah, man. I like to make things symmetrical. I know this will be asymmetrical, seeing the wheat and the carrots like that, but I guess I really don't have much of a choice here. Oh wait, I could do that. Oh, there we go. Should actually till here. I'm pretty sure it should. If not, I'm going to be a little bit upset. Okay, so let's see here. Guys, yeah, there's a transparent block right there. I think if I were to add one more, that should do it. That should hopefully do it. Come on, Till. Yes! Yes, I did it. Okay, awesome sauce. Awesome, awesome sauce. Alright, let's go ahead and just do this border here. I really do like adding the border. It's unnecessary, but it just makes it look a little bit nice and makes it easier just to you know, get to your crops. And I'm gonna need a little bit more half slabs here. Okay. What else did I need? I needed... Oh, I have more dirt. Awesome. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. The other thing I need is stuff in this chest. And I need that. And this. Wait, what oh, there's the other dirt. And we have a birch tree. Alright. Wow, I'm already out. Okay, next thing I'm going to be adding is a fence right here. So melon, got my melon seeds, pumpkin, got my pumpkin seeds. Got a lot of pumpkin seeds actually. Oh, whoops, wrong seeds. Okay, there we go, melon and pumpkin. Now I gotta move the chest, which is the annoying part, but that is unfortunately a requirement I will be having to do. I'll leave the cacti there for now. I might actually move them a little bit right here, but first I gotta get my fence. I gotta do something about this extra space over here now, because it's not supporting any cacti anymore, but yeah. So yeah, here we go. I got myself a little farm going. Nice, nice, nice. You kind of see it in between there, but I'm pretty sure it won't matter too much. You know, I need these source blocks basically to stay melted, and if I make that all source blocks, it will freeze over time, so I'm not willing to have that happening. So yeah, we got ourselves a little farm now, a little proper farm. It doesn't look much right now, but once there's enough, you know, stuff going, it'll look really nice. I might actually, when I get more dirt, or rather when these, I thought there was a creeper down there. Anyway, rather when these, you know, when I'm able to break these, I might actually go into break these blocks so that way I can do the same thing that I did over here. So that way it looks a lot more symmetrical. Unity, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that's it. Gonna be it for this episode. I'm sorry that this episode was a little bit boring. Boring for you because I know not that many people actually enjoy watching farms being built. I am a... Wow, that's really tiny. I think that's just glitching out from... I think that's just my texture pack glitching out. But anyway, I know that not many people actually enjoy watching people build farms. But, you know, that is actually my biggest thing in Minecraft is that I enjoy making farms. Whenever I'm on a server, I just can't help but to, you know, make this gigantic farm and just like tend to it every single day. That's just something that I just thoroughly enjoy. You know, despite my my character being quote from Cave Story, which actually I'm pretty sure that might be a spoiler, but basically he uses guns and swords and whatnot. I'm not going to be saying who he is because that is kind of the mystery in Cave Story. You'll play as someone with amnesia, and you just happen to be found, or you just happen to find yourself in some kind of system of caves, and it's full of these rabbit-like creatures called Mimiga. And yeah. If that sounds a little bit too crazy for you, I wouldn't really recommend the game, but yeah, overall it is a really fun game, and I would recommend it to anyone who enjoys a good indie game. Also, the best part is if you get it from cavestory.org, the game is free. The game was originally made free before NIS America took sight of the game and thought, this will make a great profit. How would you like to work for us? And we will... And so that way you can make... Okay, I'm going to need to make something for these mushrooms. So that way they can grow. Mushrooms grow well in dark and damp caves areas. Thing. Anyway, how would you like to be a part of our crew? So that way you can make money off of your games, and basically that's how he kind of got started making money off of his games. You know, Pixel deserves it. I mean, he did make the original game by himself in the course of 4 years. So I say he does deserve some credit into, you know, actually, you know, making some money in his work. So I give props to Pixel for that. I really do. He's a great guy. But yeah, I am out of time in this episode. I don't know why I'm putting stuff in here, even though I am planning on moving it over to, I would have to say, probably... Ooh, that's probably something I can do. No, they'll take up the area. I'll figure it out. Even if I have to move my tool chest to someplace else, like maybe right here, I could probably make the tree farm over here. I think that would look nice. And then, basically, yeah, we're starting to get this island popping. Look how nice it looks now. Now, compared to what it was in the beginning. You see, this is actually why I kind of wanted to start this series, because I really do like the idea of progress. Like, you know, starting from something really small to making it really big. I mean, give or take, I really didn't like my visit to New York, which I just now mentioned, and I thought I mentioned it in a previous video, and I remembered I didn't. But anyway, even though, like, basically, look at this. I know I also mentioned something about industrialization and how it kind of ruins the land, but looking at this, I mean this right here, this island, this entire island was pretty much built on the idea of progression. A progression. And, no one's inhabiting it. No one ever thought, oh yeah, look at this beautiful splendor of this tiny island and a tree. We're gonna live and thrive of it. We're gonna live and thrive of it. I don't feel bad because the only thing in here was that tree and a chest, with an ice block and a lava bucket, and no animals lived here. It's basically your own playground. And I'm not necessarily harming anyone or anything because this is a sky island, I guess you can kind of say, and pretty much, really, why is that not breaking? Pretty much. So, this isn't necessarily industrialization. It's just, living off of it's just, starting from, you wake up in this island and you pretty much have to make it so that way you're more than capable of living in it. I don't really know how to put it into words, but look how beautiful this is. I actually had to hack in clay pots just to make it look nicer because I was tired of looking at cobblestone. And even though I did make an equivalent exchange for it, now it's pretty much unneeded because look how nice this looks. I mean, it's not like a mountain, a mountain with a large view of of sunsets, but it's definitely a nice looking island, if I do say so myself. So, yeah, that is it for this episode, and I will be seeing you. One more view. That's how I'm going to end the video. It's just peering over the hard work from episode 1 to episode 7, which is this episode right here. One second here. I think it was K. Yep, there it is. Alright. So that's it. And I'll be seeing you.